Son of a Japanese father and a Filipino mother, Takayasu carries in his blood a fusion of cultures that is reflected in his style, an explosive mix of power, agility, and heart. On the SumoSpirit channel, we bring you the story and the best fights of this warrior. In the world of sumo, the career of Takayasu Akira reflects both triumph and perseverance in the face of adversity. Born on February 28, 1990, in Suchiura, Ibaraki, Japan, Takayasu is the second son of Eiji Takayasu, originally from Ibaraki, and Bebelita Bernadas, from the island of Bohol, Philippines. This mixed heritage not only defines his personal identity, but also positions him as a symbol of diversity in a sport deeply rooted in Japanese culture. This is uncommon in professional sumo, as most elite wrestlers are of fully Japanese descent or non-Asian foreign descent, such as Mongolians or Europeans. Before immersing himself in the world of sumo, Takayasu was a promising young baseball player, acting as a catcher on his high school team. He was expected to continue in this sport upon entering high school, but his father, noticing his robust physique and resemblance to Kiseno Sato, another sumo wrestler from Ibaraki, convinced him to try sumo. In 2005, after graduating from high school, he entered the Naruto stable, led by Kiseno Sato and now known as Tagonura. Standing 5.9 feet tall and weighing 264 pounds at the start, expectations were high, but the rigorous training led him to flee the stable several times. Each escape attempt was countered by his father's persuasion, shaping a resilient character that would be fundamental in his career. His professional debut occurred in March 2005, marking the beginning of a meteoric rise. Takayasu steadily advanced through the lower divisions, with few losing record tournaments. In November 2010, he reached the Juryo division, and in July 2011, he made his debut in Makuuchi, the highest division, becoming the first wrestler born in the Heisei era to achieve this. This milestone was a turning point, consolidating his place among the sumo elite. His progress continued, and he was promoted to the rank of Ozeki, the second highest in sumo, on May 31, 2017. This made him the first wrestler of Filipino-Japanese descent to reach this level, a fact celebrated with a reception in Tokyo on September 2, 2017, where the Filipino ambassador to Japan congratulated the family, highlighting its cultural significance. What really earned Takayasu the rank of Ozeki? It all started with his explosive performance in early 2017. In January, he shocked everyone by winning 11 out of 15 matches. Then in March, he stormed through the first 10 days of the tournament with a perfect 10-0 record. It was his first time ever starting that strong, putting him in serious contention for the Emperor's Cup. He finished with a strong 12-3 record. Shortly after, the JSA held a special board meeting to discuss his promotion. On May 31st, Takayasu was officially promoted to Ozeki, vowing to fight with honor and dedication. Takayasu's career is filled with distinctions. He has been runner-up in 9 tournaments, a record that places him as the wrestler with the most second places without winning a championship. This fact, while showing his consistency, also exposes a recurring frustration, especially evident in the spring tournament of March 2025, where he led but lost in a playoff to Ono Sato, marking his 9th runner-up finish. Additionally, he has received 12 special prizes, 6 for fighting spirit, 4 for outstanding performance, and 2 for technique. He has also won 6 gold stars for defeating Yokozunas, demonstrating his ability to compete against the best. Without a doubt, his closest shot at a sumo championship came in September 2022. On the final day, everything was on the line. He was 11-3, facing Tamawashi at 12-2. This wasn't a legendary foe like Hakuho or Teruno Fuji, but a less decorated opponent. Still, in a fierce clash, Tamawashi landed a brutal nodowa and drove Takayasu out of the ring. Once again, the dream slipped through his fingers in the final bout. Takayasu is known for his fighting style based on pushes and thrusts, with techniques like oshi-dashi and yorikiri being common. His aggressive and powerful approach has made him effective against strong opponents, although his lack of a yusho has generated debates about his ability to close tournaments. Among fans, he is affectionately nicknamed Papa Yasu, a play on words that reflects his nickname and charisma. His popularity is reinforced by his mixed heritage, making him an inspiring figure, especially in the Philippines, where he is seen as a cultural pride. An interesting fact is that he owns a Keisho Mawashi with a Charlie Chaplin design. This honor is because the famous artist credited Sumo with saving his life, as he attended a basho with the son of the Japanese Prime Minister while people were planning to assassinate him. Takayasu is also famously one of the few sumo wrestlers who doesn't shave his body hair, a surprising detail in a sport known for strict traditions. It's become a unique trademark that sets him apart on the dohyo and adds to his wild, warrior-like image. Beyond his powerful fighting style, Takayasu gained massive attention for his thrilling rivalry with Tochinoshin. Their intense battles in the Makuuchi division were must-watch events, as both men pushed each other to the limit on the path to becoming Ozeki. One of iconic matches between them are the Kyushu Basho 2012, Day 11. The two combatants engaged in a gripping duel of holds and struggles. Both managed to grab each other's mawashi. It seemed that Tochinoshin had the advantage with his superior size, lifting the Japanese wrestler momentarily and finishing with a Sukui Nage, throwing Takayasu off the platform while lunging himself. After deliberation, the victory went to Tochinoshin. Another, the Haru Basho 2019, Day 11. Takayasu starts with a soft tachi-ai that immediately leads to a mawashi fight. Both rikishi move, trying to gain a balance advantage over the other, but neither manages to maintain it. Takayasu finds himself in trouble by giving up the center of the dohyo to the Georgian. At one point, Takayasu pushes forward with force before Tochinoshin can respond. The Georgian resisted at the Tawara, but was forced to turn due to his injured knee and falls in frustration to a yorikiri. His incredible style can be seen in his top 10 fights. Takayasu vs. Hoshoryu in Kyushu 2023. Takayasu defeated Hoshoryu. It was a wild match that nearly knocked down the Gyoji, starting as an oshi fight, transforming into a struggle, and ending with a spectacular takedown. Both men grabbed each other's belt, trying to throw the other. However, this time, Takayasu ducked, grabbed Hoshoryu's right knee, and pulled up in a Kamata Sukui. Takayasu vs. Kakuryu in the Haru Basho 2014. Takayasu came out fast at the start, but Kakuryu took the inside at the tachi-ai. Despite Kakuryu's excellent mobility and balance to resist during the fight, Takayasu maintained a low position to dominate the center and finally achieved victory with an uwate naja. Takayasu vs. Okinomi in the Hatsu Basho 2013. After the initial charge, Takayasu tried to circle. Okinumi followed him in circles but got dizzy on the second turn and began to fall. As a last resort, he charged forward with all his strength, but Takayasu managed to stay in the ring long enough to achieve a Tsuki Otoshi, winning the duel. Takayasu vs. Hoshoryu in the Natsu Basho 2021. Hoshoryu achieved a good inside hand placement, but failed to convert it into any kind of grip, and couldn't withstand Takayasu's counterattack with a hata kikomi that sent him to the ground. Takayasu secured his 10th victory and achieved his second consecutive win in this tournament. Takayasu vs. Miyabiyama in the Natsu Basho 2012. The two rikishi engaged in a shoving match to the face before Takayasu gave space to the burly Miyabiyama in a hikiotoshi, causing him to plunge forward into the soft earth and accept his defeat. Takayasu vs. Kakuryu in the Hatsu Basho 2012. Both wrestled for a good while. Finally, Kakuryu catches Takayasu and, with a right-handed throw, takes him back to the edge. Takayasu moves laterally along the bales, slips out, and starts pushing with both hands in a tsukidashi. Kakuryu doesn't know what hit him, staggers across the ring to the edge, and Takayasu is there to finish him off. Takayasu vs. Takara Fuji in the Kyushu Basho 2011. After a quick attempt at expulsion by pushing from Takayasu, Takara Fuji tried a belt grip, but his opponent rejected it and pushed him back. Takara Fuji attempted a desperate throw, but Takayasu slipped away and countered with a Sukui Nage to expel him from the dohyo. Takayasu vs. Goeido in the Natsubasho 2012. Goeido hit Takayasu with a strong slap to the face and almost grabbed the back of his mawashi but didn't succeed. Then he tried a takedown, but that didn't work either. Takayasu recovered and pushed Goeido very hard towards the straw, reloaded and pushed again, knocking him down in an oshi-taoshi and throwing him backward. Takayasu vs. Toku Shoryu in the Natsubasho 2014. The two connected in a Hidari Yotsu grip, and since neither wanted to advance, Takayasu pressed to perform a left belt takedown in a shitate nage to bring down Toku Shoryu with little resistance and achieve his first 2 victories in this tournament. Takayasu vs. Toyo Hibiki in the Akibasho 2012. Toyo Hibiki was not an easy opponent, so what was impressive was Takayasu's ability to choose a superior tactic. Takayasu, who is generally a dedicated Oshizumo wrestler, demonstrated his perfect ability to adapt his style. He easily absorbed Toyo Hibiki's charge and turned his opponent's momentum into an instant and technically perfect uwatnage in the middle of the dohyo to win. Actually, in March 2025, Takayasu once again proved he was a wrestler on the edge of greatness. On day 8, he stunned fans by earning a Kinboshi victory over the newly promoted Yokozuna Hoshoryu. He then clinched his 12th win on the final day, securing a spot in a dramatic title playoff against Ozeki Onosato. Though he fell short in the deciding match, Takayasu's incredible performance earned him the Technique Prize, reminding everyone of his enduring skill and fighting spirit. In May 2025, Takayasu finished with a disappointing 5-10 record, a clear sign that age may finally be catching up to the veteran. At 35 years old, he now faces a new generation of powerful young talent, including rising stars like Onosato, the current top champion. The gap in speed and endurance is becoming harder to ignore, but Takayasu's spirit and legacy still command respect. Even in defeat, he remains a beloved figure in the sumo world, battling with pride against the future of the sport. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the SumoSpirit channel for more content. See you in the next video.